Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Very exciting video. That's how I start every video, but they're all exciting, right? That's why I record them. If you see all these lovely people here on the side of the screen, they are from my Twitch live stream. I stream on Twitch pretty much every single day at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I try to make it every day. Sometimes I miss. But if you want to join us, it's completely free to join. Doesn't cost you anything. And you can hang out with us. Today we are going to be talking about Honey Boo Boo, which is a little weird, right? I think we all remember Honey Boo Boo from back in the day, the adorable little dancing young lady. Well, she has been struggling with her weight basically since the beginning of that show, which is insane to me that she was a child star that was literally a toddler. I don't know. It's always just very strange to me. But there have been some stuff that has been floating around and some videos that have been floating around. They're kind of older, but there actually hasn't been any updates since then, so that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it. But back in July, she came out and she said that she wanted to get weight loss surgery because she just felt like she couldn't lose any weight. And so she was basically waiting until she turned 17. She was 16 in July, and I think she turned 17 in August, and nobody knows if she's actually gotten the surgery. But there's this video where she kind of talks about why she's getting the surgery and, you know, kind of just going over that. And I really wanted to share my thoughts about it because, yes, I'm using this video and her because, you know, she's a popular person and her name in the title of the video and the thumbnail, right? Honey Boo Boo gets surgery. But I think that there is a very interesting conversation that can be had here, especially with younger people and weight loss surgery. So without me rambling, let's get into the video.
So many changes going on in your lives. Alana, a lot of changes going on in your life.
Yeah.
I also understand that you are going to be undergoing a physical transformation. So is it true that you're going to undergo a weight loss surgery end of August?
It's still in the works. Like, there is a story that come out, and it's not 100% yet. Dodo, I think she had just had it done, and I just want to make sure that, like, this is actually something I want to do before I just go and do it. I want to make sure.
That's really important, and I think that even though she's so young here, again, I don't know if she actually got the surgery, but I do think that this is really important because I remember I've told this story before. When I was really, really young, I was in 10th grade, I believe. I went to this seminar where this is when the lap band was new, and they were trying to give lap bands to kids that were under the age of 18. It was like a study, right, at UCSD. And I went there, went to the orientation, and I was able to pass or whatever. I don't even know how that worked. But then I went and talked to the doctor afterwards, and I told them, I'm not even entirely sure if I want this. I was still super nervous. And they were like, you're like one of the only, if not the only kid here that's had any apprehensions. Everyone else has come in and been like, I am 100% want to do this. Like, I will do whatever I can to lose weight, right? Because especially when you're younger, you're very impressionable, right? It feels like what's going on in your life in that moment is going to be for the rest of your life, especially in high school, right? What you're dealing with in high school is going to be the rest of your life. So it's really hard to make these very, very, very intense decisions that are life altering. It's very dangerous for kids to make those, right? So they had like that you had to go through all of these kind of hoops before you could actually get accepted into the surgery. It was also free because I was very poor growing up, so we couldn't afford it. So it was like, oh wow, this could be actually really cool. I ended up not getting it because I was just too afraid. But a lot of people, like, it is very dangerous for kids that are under 18, even, you know, up to 25, you know, like, it's very dangerous to be getting this surgery, especially because, and I don't want to gatekeep the surgery, but she is not at a point where I would see her and think to myself, wow, that's someone that probably needs weight loss surgery. She's definitely overweight, clearly, right? But it doesn't seem like she is at a point where doing a life-altering surgery is the best step forward. But, you know, everyone has their own different things, but that's the first thing I think when I see this, right?
That it's like not something that's like gonna kill me or nothing, and I just want to make sure it's something I actually want to do before I go and do it.
That makes sense. I mean, but what led you to weighing this as an option?
Mainly because I know for a fact I could get in the gym, and I know for a fact I could diet, and I know for a fact I can do this.
Have you been doing those things?
I have tried. I will say I have tried. But the one thing with me is I have no motivation.
So, if I'm being honest, if this is, and I'm sure most doctors would agree with this, If that is your mindset, you are going to fail. Like, I don't want to be negative, but if we're being realistic, weight loss surgery is helpful. It does help. It makes it easier. 1,000%. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't, but it does not make it easy. It does not make it no problem at all. It does, like, it is still very, 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 very hard to lose weight and especially keep that weight off, even if you get weight loss surgery. I'm telling you right now. So it is not some magic bullet. So this is not a good sign. I'm just going to be blunt. It's not a good sign.
No motivation to just keep going to the gym every day. I have no motivation to keep eating healthy because, like, I'm going to eat what
So all of that stuff you have to do even if you get the surgery, right? We all know that. Hopefully you know that.
I think is good. I'm not gonna sit here and force myself to eat no Caesar salad because I think it's healthy. No, I'm gonna eat what I think's good.
It's funny because Caesar salads most of the time are like one of the highest calorie salads that you can get, but
Yeah.
So I just think I don't have no motivation, and I feel like the surgery would be like probably the easiest way to just like lose it fast.
Okay, but let me just have some girl talk with you. We see what Mama June went.
so this is her mom that got surgery. She ended up losing the weight and then gaining it back, right? But it's just, I see stuff like this, and again, this is someone that's been on reality TV their whole life. So it all could be a lie, right? It all could be fabricated. Like, she might be getting the surgery, knows what it takes to get the surgery, has had all these, she knows that what she's saying is going to be problematic. She knows that what she's saying is going to get people to, it's always hard for me not to like to suspend my disbelief because I'm just like, you're telling me that you have met with doctors, and I guarantee, because I've talked to so many people that have gotten this surgery, and they always say all of the meetings they have to go through with all of the doctors and the psychiatrists, and they tell you exactly what it's like. They tell you that it's not going to be easy. They tell you, like, you're telling me that you've had these conversations and you're still coming out saying this. I just really struggle with either she is just in la la land and or it's all planned out, right? I don't know.
Through, and she didn't maintain it because she wasn't willing to change her
Jessica
lifestyle.
was also the same way, our older sister.
So, are you willing to change your lifestyle? You said you don't have the motivation.
If I do go through with the surgery, I think then I would be willing to change my lifestyle because if I go through with the surgery, my manager told me, like, you basically lose 100 pounds basically instant.
No, so that's not true. Again, it's like, it's like having this, it's this hope that the surgery will be like, oh, it's going to fix everything. Like, you'll lose weight because you literally cannot eat, right? And then even before the surgery, a lot of times you have to do liquid diets. You lose weight through that as well, which is very hard for some people. Like, think about it. You have to go on a liquid diet for, usually it's an extended period of time, right? It's a good amount of time. It's even like over at least a few days, right? Usually it's more than that, right? If you're not motivated, it's hard for people to even get through that stage before they even get the surgery, right? But then you get the surgery and then, yeah, you lose weight quickly because you cannot eat anything. But like, once you can start eating, you know, like.
Do you have a goal in mind of where you'd like to be?
I definitely want to be like around like the 145 range. I don't want to be like super skinny. I don't want to be like.
Well, girl, that is super skinny, 145.
I mean, it's not super skinny, but I don't want to be like 110. Like, no, I definitely don't want to be that.
But it's
skinny.
all what's going to be healthiest for you and your body and what you can maintain, you know? So do you feel like, is there a part of you that feels like genetics plays a part too?
There is a part that does feel like that genetics does play because when I was very young, I was on steroids. So, like, I was very sick all the time, and I just always had to take medication. So I was always a bigger kid anyways because of that. And then my mom, she claims she has this thing called lymphedema that supposedly makes her have some fat on her body. So, I mean, that could be possible. Like, I don't know. I mean, I definitely do eat, so that's definitely a reason, but I don't know.
It's all good.
So, okay. To a certain extent, this is going to make people mad. To a certain extent, I do believe genetics play a role in us and our sizes. But, big but, massive badonkadonk, but that is not the only factor. And what we do and the choices that we make play a big role in that as well as the environment that we're in, the socioeconomic status that we come from. All of those things play a role. But I believe, for the most part, unless you have a genuine genetic condition, you do not gain weight to that extent without making some bad choices, right? Over and over and over again over a period of time. And when I say bad choices, I'm not morally saying this person is a bad person. I'm saying bad choices like if you are someone that does not want to be overweight, the wrong choice is to be overeating, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. So like, you do not get to that point without you have to take some of the responsibility, right? And I think that, like, she said it a little bit where it's like, I do be eating though, right? And it's like, that is very, very important. That is what matters here, right? And so I just wanted to put that out there, because I think a lot of people will say like the genetics don't play any sort of, like, it doesn't matter at all, or they say it's all genetics. I think it plays a role, but it's not the end all be all, is what I'm trying to say.
Good. So you haven't made the final decision, or you are going through with the surgery?
I haven't made 100% like I want to do it
She's
yet.
still very skeptical about it. Draylen is all for it. Draylen's like, I'm going to do it.
100% like, let's
So apparently that's her boyfriend, and he's going to be getting the surgery too. So
do it. But me, I just think like it's like them putting me to sleep for me. Like, I'm always just so nervous. Like, what if I don't wake up? Like, what if something goes wrong?
That or that, it's like.
And then like, I just don't know. Like, what if just something goes wrong? You know?
I mean, that is I don't want to be Debbie Downer over here, but it is it's a possibility. So, Pumpkin, where do you and Josh stand with this?
So like, I'm really happy for Alana. If that's something that she really wants to do, I definitely think before she takes that big step, which I haven't told her this yet, but I do think before she takes that big step, she needs to go ahead and start making the lifestyle changes, because it's not.
that's very true. Yes, I agree.
I know it's a lot easier just to be like, okay, let me go out to, California or whatever, and let me get my stomach chopped off.
Right.
And once again, like, we've seen it now with two people, my mom and Jessica, they both quickly gain their weight back. And you may not gain it back in your stomach, but everywhere else starts to blow up, your hips, your legs.
So that's a good point. So when you, just for those of you guys that don't know, if you get any sort of like liposuction, or you get like a tummy tuck or anything, like where even if you cut off your loose skin or whatever, all of that, all those places where you suck the fat out, you can no longer gain fat in those areas. So a lot of people that get loose skin surgery or just like tummy tucks after they've lost weight and they start gaining weight back, the way that their weight comes back on is like, it looks very, very different than it did before, because you literally cannot gain weight in those areas where you got those surgeries, because once you suck the fat cells out, they're gone. Like, they're gone. They don't reappear, right? And so that's something to be, weary of as well.
Legs, your chest, your face, and things like that, especially like with my mom and Jessica, we've seen it firsthand. But that's what I think that they should do. I think that they should go ahead and start trying to go to the gym, because when you come back, you're not gonna just like want to go and hop off in the gym. You're not gonna be more motivated than you are now.
You're gonna be in pain from a surgery.
Yeah,
I'm so nervous about the pain too. Like, me and pain are not good. Like, pain is not my friend.
Pain is not our friend, but pain's gonna come either from a surgery, or pain's gonna be coming from pumping iron in the gym.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm gonna have pain.
Exactly. But in the long run, both types of pain could benefit you.
Yeah, I definitely think the surgery could benefit me, but I'm just nervous.
Yeah.
I just think I'm nervous. I think I just definitely need a little bit more time to think about it, for sure.
You're not even 17 yet, young lady.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Definitely have time.
All right, so you're not going to be in New York City in August getting the surgery.
If I say yes. But,
All right, fair enough. Are you
it's
ready?
to be determined.
Okay, are you ready to play Nurse Pumpkin?
No. No.
To both Alana and Draylen.
Right, I know it.
So that's the video, and that's kind of her reasoning. But again, like, more than just Honey Boo Boo, I feel weird calling someone that, but whatever. More than just her, like, I think that this opens up a conversation when it comes to surgery. I am not anti-surgery at all. I'm not like, oh, you shouldn't get it, but it is a very serious surgery. It's a very serious thing that you are going through, right? Her name's Alana. Okay, my bad. Okay, I don't know her name. I'm sorry. I don't keep up with Honey Boo Boo. All right, but it's a very serious thing to undergo, and I think it's, especially when we're talking about people that are, you know, under 18, even under 20 years old, like, and you are not at a point where your weight is like really out of hand, right? I think that it's, what you should be doing is everything else before the surgery. And then on top of that, if you are going to get the surgery, it is very, 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 very important that you understand it is not a magic it's not a magic pill. It's not a magic bullet. It's not going to solve everything. If you are not ready to put in the work, you are going to be in pain for a long time. You're going to lose some weight initially, and then you're going to gain it all back. And then on top of that, you are going to be someone that struggles with deficiencies. A lot of people really, really struggle with deficiencies after they get surgeries because it's so hard for them to eat the amount of food that they need to eat to get the vitamins that they need. And so they struggle with deficiencies. They struggle with hair loss. They have other complications because of the surgery. And then they are also as overweight as they were before, right? And so it's like with anything, with surgeries, there are downsides that you have to be weary of. So if you're not 100% willing to put in the work that is necessary, I really think it's something that you should avoid. Again, I'm not against them, but you need to be very aware of what you are getting yourself into before you jump into it. And I will say, to Alana's credit, she seems to not just be jumping in right away, and I think that is a good thing because it does seem like she's thinking about it. But like we saw here, it seems like she is under this impression that surgery is going to be this thing that like is an immediate weight loss that's going to just happen, and then she's going to have this motivation because she got the surgery. It doesn't work like that. If you're not motivated before the surgery, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be motivated afterwards. You're going to be in a lot of pain. You're going to be frustrated that you can't eat as much. It's going to be very hard to just switch it. So if she does get it, I hope that she gets that mindset right and she ends up losing the weight. Of course, if she doesn't get it, I hope that she gets that mindset right and she's able to lose the weight. Like, I want her to be happy and healthy. I just think that be very careful when you're thinking about surgeries and understand that it's not just easy for people. And then for those people that have lost weight without the surgery, it's important that you're not just thinking that the surgery that these people got was an easy choice for them, and it was easy for them to just go and get the surgery, and they didn't have to struggle at all. It's a serious thing that you undergo, and you have these things that kind of follow you for the rest of life because of that choice that you made. And so I just think everyone kind of deserves some empathy there. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on this. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I'll see you next time. Peace.